Hello and welcome. I'm Radhika Sinha, and you're watching a special show, Unacademy, Unlocking Education. The online coronavirus threat continues to loom large, claiming thousands of lives globally. With the WHO declaring it a pandemic, India too is in a lockdown mode. This lockdown has not only hit the economy hard, but also the education system in particular. A UNESCO report estimates that the COVID-19 pandemic will adversely impact over 290 million students across 22 countries. But as they say, every cloud has a silver lining. And in this case, this is probably the best time to realize the potential of online learning. Today, to talk more on this topic, I'm joined by the leadership team of Unacademy, an e-learning platform that's making waves, along with two very special speakers. Joining us remotely in the first half of the show today are Karan Shroff, Vice President Marketing, Unacademy; Fiona Leong, Head of Content Brand, Unacademy; and Rahul Puri, Head of Academics, Whistling Woods International and Managing Director, Mukta Arts. Welcome all of you. Karan, let me start by asking you, tell us more about Unacademy. What is it that you do?
So we're an online e-learning platform. We were founded in 2015. We have over 30 exam categories. We have about 10,000 educators in our network with 13 million learners. Unacademy is democratizing education. I think we are taking it to parts of the country where education had less accessibility. I think Unacademy is a platform that is providing access to all learners across the country and giving them an opportunity to pursue their dreams. So with India's best educators, with 30 plus exam categories and interactive live classes, we are an e-learning platform.
Karan, there is a major concern among students about this abrupt stoppage to their normal academic classes, especially those soon appearing for competitive exams. Now, Unacademy is generously giving away free online classes. We also have many educational institutions that are conducting their classes for free on your platform. So please tell us more about this initiative and how this idea came about.
Yeah, I think when the pandemic broke out first, we just thought to ourselves, education should never stop, learning should never stop. And it should not be restricted. Something like a pandemic should not stop learning for our students or any student out there. So we came up with this initiative of launching 20,000 plus free classes. As on date, we conduct over 100,000 classes on our platform, and over 20,000 classes are free. We also thought, what about the institutions that want to conduct classes for their students in their classrooms, which they cannot do anymore? So we opened our platform up for all educational institutions across the country. We urged them and offered them our services and our tech. We wanted them to take classes online for free without any limitations. So the entire thinking and thought process behind this campaign came from a background where we did not want education to suffer even through a pandemic. So the entire team at Unacademy has been working tirelessly to ensure that this doesn't hamper education in any way and learning doesn't stop.
I must say, Karan, that's a brilliant idea. Now, coming to you, Fiona, how has the pandemic impacted the YouTube and online media business? How has the consumer feedback been?
Radhika, if I was to talk about the YouTube channels or the different YouTube brands that we have under Unacademy, the pandemic itself has actually as you very much highlighted right in the beginning, shown the impact that online education can actually create. So in terms of numbers, if I was to say, it's actually a double-digit growth that we are seeing across all the different verticals. It's be it views, be it minutes, be it engagements. Everything is actually on a rise, and that clearly shows how much people are now turning towards online education. And definitely on Unacademy, what we also try to do is we try to, across all our channels, put across a lot of things, even on our YouTube brands and YouTube channels. That has actually created a very positive impact for all the exam takers. And they have actually filled, our inboxes. We are filled with comments in all our videos, just explaining how, how happy every student is, that even in this time, they know that Unacademy is there to support them.
Well, that's definitely good to hear, Fiona. Now, coming to you, Rahul, being the head of academics at Whistling Woods International, a renowned film school in India, do you think e-learning is currently the most promising trend in the education sector?
Well, I think certainly, this pandemic has given a lot of campus education like ours the opportunity to really get into e-learning in a big way, really get into online education in a big way, and see, how much of our curriculum can actually be done online. We've had terrific feedback. I think, we've been running our online classes now for about 4 weeks. We're finishing the end of our 4th week. We intend to run it for another 2 to 3 weeks further to finish our syllabus for at least our theory syllabus for the semester. And so far, the feedback has been great.
Now, Karan, in terms of Unacademy's business strategy, what is your short-term strategy during the COVID-19 outbreak and the current lockdown?
I think a core intention all through has been to ensure that learning never stops. We genuinely are concerned about the fact that once everything comes back to normalcy, students shouldn't have a backlog to clear. They should probably have an option to study amidst this phase, prepare better, and crack their entrance exams in a better way. So the core metric and the core intention behind what we are doing and the business strategy is to just ensure that learning never stops. Even the 20,000 live classes that we launched in the month of March have been extended to April and will continue in May as well. So Unacademy will continue to provide those free classes as long as this issue persists. These are testing times, and our core intention is to just ensure that students have access to high quality education even through a pandemic.
Great, Karan. Now, Rahul, before we end this segment, please tell us what, according to you, are some of the trends shaping the new learning paradigms?
I think, some of the trends certainly is now, for education institutes like ours, to look to blend the pros and the merits of online education and online learning with what we like to pride ourselves on in terms of practical hands-on classes that we give on campus. I think the next sort of paradigm is going to see more classrooms bring online education inside the classroom. So you'll have a group of students that are there with you in person, but also have a group of students who perhaps are connected remotely, tuning into the lecture as well, or even having a couple of guest speakers that are on your panel, from other parts of the world. I think this is going to give a huge boost to education in the future, and it's something that we're already thinking on and already working on.
Well, that's great, Rahul. Thank you, Rahul, Karan, and Fiona. Well, it's time for a short break. You're watching Unacademy, Unlocking Education. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're watching our special show, Unacademy, Unlocking Education. Now, before the break, we were discussing the impact of online learning in the education sector, especially in the times of a global pandemic. In this segment, we have, along with Karan Shroff, VP Marketing at Unacademy, 2 new guests. May I introduce Tina Balachandran, Vice President, Human Resources at Unacademy, and Amitabh Jhingan, Partner and National Leader, Education Practice at EY India. Welcome, Tina and Amitabh, and of course, Karan, welcome back again. Karan, so a lot of celebrities and dignitaries like Virat Anushka, Dr. Tharoor, Dr. Kiran Bedi, and even Brian Lara have taken a class on your platform. What is this initiative about, and what is the thought behind it?
So this initiative is called Legends on Unacademy. The idea behind this process and this campaign has been to empower students, to help them grow on a personal front, to help them build their character, to help them stay motivated and inspired. I think when they learn from legends like Dr. Shashi Tharoor or Virat and Anushka or Dr. Kiran Bedi, it only empowers them to gain further knowledge and help them on their daily tasks or tests in life. I think academic progress just does not depend on what you score, on an exam front, but also on how you grow personally. And Unacademy wants to ensure that its learners grow through all sides and aspects. So we really wanted to empower, inspire, and nurture our students. And the vision behind Legends on Unacademy has been solely that.
Okay. Now, Tina, coming to you, we all know about the COVID-19 outbreak has impacted most organizations and their employees. But could you throw some light on what are the initiatives Unacademy has undertaken during this period in order to keep employee morale and performance high? And also, if you could speak about the kind of culture Unacademy has built as an organization.
See, we are on our 30th or 31st day of lockdown, but for Unacademy, it is at 45 days since we started our virtual or remote working for our employee safety. Basis our observation the last 45 days, we employed a four-pronged strategy. First being using technology. Having said that, Unacademy being a technology company, where the core of the business is to connect learners with the educators, the best of the best educators across geography. Transitioning this internally was easy for us. Second, which I would say, and from an HR standpoint, I personally believe that this is very, very important, is for an organization to be very transparent with our employees. It is important that you provide a certain amount of certainty during these uncertain times. So it is important that an organization engages with the employees, with its family members, provides whatever means of aid and assistance that it could in the realm of providing medical or health and welfare benefit programs. So we have our in-house health and wellness coach who conducts everyday yoga meditation sessions for employees and their families. Last but not the least, like every organization would try to do as much as possible in creating a very conducive and comfortable work environment for employees. But in this context, there is limited that an employee could do. But at Unacademy, what we have done is we have set aside a special budget, and since we did it very early in time, we were able to assist and partner with our employees to set up a conducive mini home office arrangement for them.
Great. Amitabh, coming to you now. You've worked in the education sector for more than a decade now and provide end-to-end services to education providers, policymakers, and investors. How important has e-learning been as a segment for EY down the years, or has there been a sudden shift towards it post the COVID-19 outbreak and the subsequent lockdown?
With COVID-19, clearly across the board, whether it's China, whether it's India, whether it's the US, usage has gone through the charts. Part of it is also because most platforms have provided free access to learners around their platform. So I think what will happen is that there will be a significant acceleration in the exposure that most learners and parents have towards e-learning or edtech or even digital platforms, which will, I think, be a big will provide a lot more momentum to this going forward. For me, particularly, what's encouraging is the progress and development that is happening not just on the private side or around platforms that focus on students who study in private schools, but on the public side. So I think two initiatives that we at EY have had the privilege of supporting. One is an initiative called Diksha, which is the creation of a national teacher platform. This is an initiative spearheaded by the Ministry of HRD and its constituent bodies, the NCRT and CBSE, and strongly supported by the Step Foundation, which goes to create a national platform that is accessible to every single public school student and teacher across the country and allow them to access high quality digital content or digital tools to learn. And then the other one, which is a private philanthropic initiative, it's a partnership between the Central Square Foundation and Google.org, and it's called Tic Tac Learn. This is almost 5,000 hours of very high quality video content around maths and science that's available to school students. So these are two recent examples which make me even more excited about the kind of prospects of e-learning in India, because it will not only be accessible to a few million private school students, but to a few 100 million public school students. So overall, it's been around for a few years, but significant acceleration in the momentum that the e-learning, education technology, and digital learning segment would take. Is the thought I have.
Karan, tell us about Unacademy's marketing strategy as well. And are there plans to reposition yourself given the fact that e-learning is now in the spotlight?
Well, our marketing strategy is based on one simple thing. Our learners are at the heart of everything, and everything we do is for them. The students of India love learning, and we love that. And it shows, right? Like from 13 million users to 500,000 daily active users. Virat's class saw over 50,000 students take the class lifetime, right? These are crazy numbers for us. It shows faith in what we do, and it shows, the response that we get from students are amazing. So our entire marketing strategy would be around students all through. It's always been. Our Let's Crack It campaign has also been about students. So education is an essential and important aspect of everyone's life, right? And it plays a huge role in nation building. And we at Unacademy are working endlessly towards this project of ensuring that students and learning never stops.
Well, great. Thank you, Karan, Tina, and Amita. Thank you so much for joining us on our show today. Well, that was a very insightful conversation. I'm afraid we're totally run out of time here. But as we end the show, one thing is very clear that e-learning is here to stay and is slowly becoming a credible mainstream practice. So that's a wrap on our very special show, Unacademy, Unlocking Education. Stay safe and thanks for watching.